Care about what other people think, and you will always be their prisoner. Lao Tzu. Have you ever stopped yourself from doing something you wanted to because you were worried about what other people might think? We've all been there, worrying too much about others. Opinions can hold us back in life. It can stop us from trying new things, expressing ourselves freely, or pursuing our dreams. This constant concern about what others think can lead to stress, anxiety, and even depression. It can make us change who we are just to fit in or please others. In the long run, this can leave us feeling unhappy and unfulfilled. So why do we feel this urge to be liked by others or value others' opinions too much? Our tendency to worry about others' opinions is deeply rooted in our evolutionary past. Humans, as social creatures, evolved in tribal societies where acceptance meant survival. Anthropological studies show that early humans who were cast out from their tribes faced significantly reduced chances of survival. This threat of social rejection activated the same brain regions as physical pain, as revealed by neuroimaging studies. Even today, our brains react similarly to social exclusion, explaining why criticism or disapproval can feel physically painful. This survival instinct is compounded by a psychological phenomenon known as imposter syndrome. Research published in the Journal of Behavioral Science indicates that up to 70% of people experience imposter feelings at some point in their lives. This persistent fear of being exposed as a fraud, despite evidence of competence, leads individuals to constantly seek validation from others, heightening their concern about others' opinions. The syndrome is particularly prevalent among high achievers, suggesting that success doesn't necessarily alleviate this worry. Also, the digital age has exponentially amplified our exposure to others' opinions. Social media platforms, with their instant feedback mechanisms of likes, comments, and shares, have created an environment of constant social comparison. A study published in the Journal of Social and Clinical Psychology found a significant correlation between time spent on social media and increased depression and loneliness. This is partly attributed to the increased opportunities for negative social comparison and the constant pressure to present an idealized version of oneself for public approval. Lastly, the fear of missed opportunities due to others' negative opinions is a powerful driver of our concern. This fear is closely related to the psychological concept of loss aversion, which suggests that the pain of losing is psychologically twice as powerful as the pleasure of gaining. In professional contexts, the fear of being disliked or misunderstood can be particularly potent. A study in the Harvard Business Review found that likability is a crucial factor in hiring decisions, sometimes even outweighing competence. This reality reinforces our instinct to carefully manage others' perceptions, even at the cost of authenticity. Now let's see some of the most powerful strategies that could help you break out of this trap of worrying too much about other people's opinions. 1. Implement a criticism categorization system. I have been criticized and I have been praised. Criticism may not be agreeable, but it is necessary. It fulfills the same function as pain in the human body. It calls attention to the development of an unhealthy state of things. Winston Churchill. Criticism, whether constructive or not, is an inevitable part of life. However, not all criticism is created equal, and learning to process it effectively can significantly reduce the emotional toll of others' opinions. The Criticism Categorization System is a powerful tool to help you evaluate and respond to feedback more objectively. Here's how to implement this system. Divide all incoming criticism into 3 distinct categories. A. Actionable. Feedback that highlights specific areas for improvement and can be acted upon. B. Perspective-based. Opinions that reflect the critic's viewpoint or experience. C. Irrelevant. Feedback that is not applicable, uninformed, or malicious. When you receive criticism, take a moment to breathe and create mental distance. Then ask yourself, is this feedback specific and changeable? This comes in the actionable category. So, is this more about the other person's perspective than an objective truth? This comes in the perspective-based category. Is this relevant to my goals or values? If not, then it comes into the irrelevant category. Develop a standard approach for each category. A. Actionable. Thank you for your feedback. I'll consider how I can implement this. B. Perspective-based. I appreciate you sharing your perspective. It's interesting to see this from a different angle. C. Irrelevant. Acknowledge politely if necessary, but don't dwell on it. Start with written feedback that could be emails, comments, or reviews, as it's easier to analyze objectively. As you become more comfortable, apply the system to verbal feedback in real time. Set aside time weekly to review your categorized feedback. Look for patterns in the actionable category to guide self-improvement efforts. 2. Try reverse approval seeking. We often worry too much about getting people to like us, but what if we flipped this around? That's what reverse approval seeking is all about. Instead of trying to make everyone happy, we purposely do things that might not please everyone. Don't worry, we're not talking about being mean or breaking rules. We're just talking about small, harmless actions that go against what most people expect. To apply this, wear something a bit different, maybe a bright shirt or mismatched socks. Say no to a small request you'd usually say yes to, just because you're worried about what others might think. Share an opinion that's not popular, but isn't hurtful. For example, I think pineapple belongs on pizza. Disagree politely with someone in a group conversation. Try new things, like taking up a hobby that your friends or family find a bit odd. Order an unusual dish at a restaurant when everyone else is playing it safe. Gradually do more. As you get comfortable with small actions, try bigger ones. Maybe give a presentation at work with an unconventional style, or take a solo trip to a place your friends wouldn't expect. It's like practice for your mind. Each time you do something that might not get everyone's approval, you're teaching yourself an important lesson. It's okay if not everyone likes everything you do. You'll start to see that people's reactions often aren't as bad as you feared. And even when someone does disapprove, you'll learn that you can handle it. Start with things that make you just a little uncomfortable. Don't jump into big challenges right away. Always stay within your values. This isn't about being unkind or breaking rules. Pay attention to how you feel. You might be nervous at first, but over time you'll likely feel more confident. By doing this, you're training yourself to be okay with not always fitting in. It's a way to build your confidence and learn that your worth doesn't depend on what everyone else thinks. It's about being true to yourself, even when it's a little scary. 3. Implement opinion fasting. To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. Ralph Waldo Emerson. In our hyper-connected world, we're constantly bombarded with opinions, feedback, and the pressure to seek validation. Opinion fasting is a powerful technique to break free from this cycle and reconnect with your inner voice. Opinion fasting involves setting aside specific periods where you abstain from seeking any form of external validation or opinion. This practice helps you cultivate self-reliance and make decisions based on your judgment and preferences. So how you can implement opinion fasting? Start with a 24-hour fast, then gradually increase to longer periods. During your fast, avoid things like posting on social media, checking likes, comments, or reactions, asking for feedback on your choices, seeking approval for your ideas or decisions. Make decisions based solely on your preferences. Ask yourself, what do I truly want? Keep a journal of your experiences, noting any insights or challenges. After the fast, reflect on how your decisions align with your authentic self. When doing this, you'll feel that your self-trust and confidence in your judgment have been enhanced. Anxiety from constant validation seeking has been reduced. Your thinking has become clearer, without the noise of others' opinions. And your creativity and authentic living style have been improved. Remember, the goal isn't to permanently ignore others' input, but to recalibrate your decision-making process. Regular opinion fasting can help you develop a stronger sense of self and make choices that truly reflect your values and desires. Freeing yourself from the constant worry of others' opinions is a journey towards authenticity and inner peace. By applying the techniques we discussed today, you're taking powerful steps towards a more confident, genuine you. Remember, your unique perspective is your greatest asset. Embrace it. If you're hungry for more insights on personal growth and philosophy, we're here to guide you. Subscribe to our channel for a continuous stream of thought-provoking content that will challenge your mind and nourish your soul. Join our community of thinkers today, and let's explore life's profound questions together.